This is a controversial question, and I want to get your honest opinion on it. Do you think the United States government deliberately destroyed the black community with crack while protecting the cartel?
Well, that's a tricky question. I think that's one that got uh, a lot of controversy over Gary. If uh, uh, if the CIA deliberately did it, and we don't have to go if it was deliberately done or not deliberately done. It happened. That's what wind up happening. The black community got destroyed. Right now we're still seeing the effects of the crack era. Homelessness is running rapid. Uh, Blacks used to own South Central. That was a black city, and now you can hardly find blacks in that area that even own a house anymore.
I might add that I felt betrayed basically when we realized at DEA that Blandon and Edwin Menezes, who out of San Francisco, these two high-ranking Contra officials were distributing tons and tons of cocaine. And I was a supervisor. I said, we got to get a case on Blandon. Not Freeway Rick Ross, Blandon, the supplier. He's our target. We got him. Guess what? He didn't go to jail. He was protected. He turned on Ricky Ross. He says, Ricky's the bad guy. This man here got a life imprisonment and the other guy got nothing. The supplier gets nothing. The man he's using to sell his drugs gets a life term. Talk about feeling betrayed. So that's when I started becoming a little jaded myself, thinking, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Another situation is we seized.
That's crazy. That was crazy.
We seized airplanes with 20 tons of cocaine being flown by CIA pilots, CIA operations, and we were ordered to let him go. We would ask him, what do you mean let this guy go? Turn the drugs back to him, get the marshals to go release him from prison right now. That is a CIA operation. I'm thinking to myself, this is strange. A CIA operation, what are they doing with the coke other than we knew they were, at one point they were getting to this man right here, Mr. Ricky Ross here, and he was selling it to them. Then I find out that we arrested Freeway Ricky Ross because Danlon was the one that set him up. He gets a life term.
And they set me up. Well, I wasn't even selling drugs no more. I quit. I was out of the drug business.
Right. He was out of the business. I remember that. That's true.
And that's another part that I felt I was betrayed in. Once you go to prison and they put you on what they call parole. Parole is supposed to be a period of time that they allow you to readjust yourself back into society. Well, as soon as I got out, they sicked Danilo Blandon on me. And he came to me talking about doing a drug deal. And the way they did it was with this persuasion, the first time he called me was $17,000 a kilo. No, I ain't doing nothing. I just got out of prison. Called me back a couple of days later. Hey, 16,000, 15,000, 13,000, 12,000, 11,000, 10,000, 9,000 a kilo. They made it so easy for me to put together a dope deal when basically I wasn't in a position no more to really do a dope deal. It wasn't something that I've been out of the dope business for 6 years. You out the business for 6 years, you've lost your touch. So I felt betrayed by that. I felt that I was entrapped because it was not my intention to get back into the drug business. When I left prison, my intention was to get out, get me a rap group, and start doing rap music. Because rap music was popping. But they were able to coerce me into introducing them to one of my little homeboys that was in the game.
And you were basically entrapped through a phone conversation you mentioned one time, right?
Yeah. It started with a phone conversation. The first contact we had was over the telephone.
And the simple question they asked you, or the simple answer you gave them, was how much. That got you.
Yeah. When you're an addict, because I look at selling drugs just as much an addict is using drugs, maybe even more, because when you're using drugs, people will tell you, hey, you shouldn't use drugs. But when you're selling drugs, people don't tell you shit. you become that one that everybody listens to. So nobody had the nerve to tell me to stop selling drugs. So I feel that makes it that much harder to quit.